announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Oh, you didn't know?
You ready? Let's go!
Are you ready? I said, are you ready? Feed me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Vinny Apicella, and welcome to the Sportswire. That's right, this is the weekly, or bi-weekly, I should say, shot to your audiological senses that is the Sportswire. I want to thank you for joining me today on Monday, May 18th, 2015. We've got a jam-packed show for you. We've got a lot to go over. We're going to go over WWE Payback, which happened yesterday on the WWE Network for only $9.99. And also this past weekend on all the WWE legends and Hall of Famers that I rubbed shoulders with and got to talk to and got to meet. We got some, I definitely have to go over some great topics here today. I met a fantastic little girl this weekend, and who was actually the true superstar that I met at the autograph signing on Saturday. And I'll be talking more about that in the upcoming weeks and months. But hey, we are here. It's a new show, another shot to your audiological senses, and this is the Sportswire. So just to get a little bit of business out of the way first, coming up this coming Saturday, Bethany, Connecticut. Surf on over to northeastwrestling.com. It's the Big Bethany Bash. This coming Saturday, May 23rd, 2015, 7 p.m. bell time. I will let you know the ticket prices right now. The front row is sold out. Second row, $17. General admission is $12. You could order using PayPal now. Surf on over to northeastwrestling.com. I will be there. I will be talking to NEW indie wrestler Bobby Ocean before the show, and also I will be there as well, just enjoying it. And also NEW just announced today that August 1st in Wappingers Falls they have signed Samoa Joe. That's right, Samoa Joe, who arguably is one of the top highest sought after free agents in professional wrestling right now, sports entertainment, if you will. Samoa Joe has signed with NEW for August 1st and 2nd for their Battle Under the Stars tour. Don't know where August 2nd is, but I will tell you August 1st is in Wappingers Falls. So pay attention to that. Surf on over to northeastwrestling.com. Also, coming up on the 31st of May, this month, the end of this month, the very last Sunday of this month, two events that the Sportswire will be a part of. First of all, from 3 to 5 p.m. at First Base Sports Cards and Collectibles on Center Street in Wallingford, Connecticut, from 3 to 5 p.m. will be the living legend WWE 2015 Hall of Fame inductee Larry Zbyszko. He will be there signing autographs from 3 to 5. So surf on over to Facebook and check it out because they have a Facebook page set up for that signing. Also that night, Connecticut Panthers home opener. They will be in Meriden. Once I find out the time and the field, I will let you all know so you can go down there and get your tickets. And also we will be broadcasting live. That's right. Sportswire will be broadcasting live from all the home games this year for the Connecticut Panthers. Alright, so surf on over to our website, www.swe-ct.com. Also, myfatcatradio.com for all the Fat Cat Radio news and happenings. Check it out. Follow us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/SWE Connecticut. Sportswire CT. I keep forgetting. Facebook is facebook.com/Sportswire CT. Everything else under the sun, Twitter, Foursquare, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest, is SWE Connecticut. And then YouTube and Google Plus are Sportswire SWE. Also check out facebook.com/Fat Cat Radio Enterprises for all the Fat Cat Radio news and happenings. And also, we break them right there. All of the shows come linked right to Facebook. And we're also on SoundCloud now, which is also SWE Connecticut. So check it out, because it's actually fantastic that we have you. We have you as listeners. You also download the Sportswire now on iTunes. By going to iTunes, you go to the podcast tab and type in Sports-Wire, and you can find us, subscribe, and all the newest episodes will be automatically downloaded to your iOS device or wherever you have your iTunes on. Okay, so yesterday, May 17th, was WWE Payback. And if you're a new subscriber, sign on up for the WWE Network for free. And you would have gotten Payback for free, but you're also going to get Elimination for free on the 30th of this month, in 2 weeks. So I will go over that next week and what's going to be happening next week, because there's some innovative matches going on. Alright, so Payback last night, I watched it. I do subscribe to the network for $9.99 a month. And let me tell you, it was actually overall a really good pay-per-view for the WWE, what it's been. Great matches from the top of the card all the way to from the beginning of the card all the way to the main event. And I have to say, I am very impressed with a lot of the superstars that are coming out on the kickoff show. It was the Meta Powers, not the Mega Powers, the Meta Powers. It was Curtis Axel and Macho Mandow. Axel in his Axelmania gimmick, and Macho Mandow, Damian Sandow in his Macho Man gimmick, against the Ascension. The Meta Powers got rocked. That's all I can say. It's a pretty good, pretty decent gimmick for them to set up, but I still have to say that it was a little, more humorous. JBL made a comment that I laughed at, and I have to say, JBL made the comment of, they look more like the Huckster and the Nacho Man. And if you understand that reference, you're just about as old as I am, and you understand what that came from. It was the Billionaire Ted skits in the WWE back in the early or mid-90s, right towards the beginning of the Monday Night War. So that match opened it up. That match was the kickoff show. I still want to see them give the Ascension a big push to get the World Tag Team titles. I think they're great coming in from NXT. And as of yet, they really haven't gotten a break on the main roster. They had a decent run with the New Age Outlaws, but they still haven't gotten to that area of being in the tag team elite on Raw and SmackDown. So I look for the Ascension to get a big push in the upcoming weeks, especially with Elimination Chamber coming up. I think that match might be geared for them, and I'll be going more over that. And then to actually, excuse me, the show itself, the Payback show itself, it started with Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus as the first match. I don't know why they're having Dolph Ziggler, open the card. I mean, I think Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler are great talents. The match was awesome. Dolph Ziggler got busted open after a headbutt that he connected hard with Sheamus. And Sheamus actually won after a bro kick after that headbutt. Dolph Ziggler got some retribution on Sheamus by making him kiss his arse after the Extreme Rules pay-per-view and the debacle that happened then. But, either way, Sheamus won. I look forward to a really fantastic feud from these two. I hope it's not over. I hope going into the Intercontinental Championship Elimination Chamber match that the storyline between Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler continues. There was the Tag Team Championship on the line with the New Day fighting Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. First of all, I made a tweet last night while I was watching it because I watched it on replay. I made a tweet, and I don't know if it made it over to Facebook, but definitely on our Twitter, which is at SWE Connecticut. I tweeted at Natalia, which is at Nat by Nature, and I said, I asked her point blank, why is she being delegated down to a valet level when she is arguably, in my opinion at least, she is the best diva, the best female talent they have on the roster. And she should have the Divas Champion. She hasn't gotten back to me, or as of yet. But I will let you know if she does, and I will post it all over. But the fact is Natalia being Tyson Kidd's wife, and now the valet, the manager for Kidd and Cesaro, it's not like they need a mouthpiece. Cesaro has proven time and time again he's great on the mic. He's a great talent. Tyson Kidd is getting up there as well. They've been really awesome as a tag team. And I look for them to get their belts back pretty soon. And but the New Day ended up winning. They cheated. Xavier Woods went into the ring and made the pinfall as a fresh man, and the ref didn't know the wiser because he and Kofi Kingston look alike. I don't want to sound racist there, but they're both skinny. They're both darker skinned, and they were both wearing the green and gray trunks. The ref didn't know who was making the pinfall, and the New Day got away with it. It was a 2 out of 3 falls match, which I thought was a great throwback to the matches of the 70s and 80s, when all the matches of the time, when it came to a blow-off match at the end of the feud, would be a gimmick match, and 2 out of 3 falls is definitely one of my favorites. The New Day was trying to argue that they were defending under the Freebirds rule, and they were able to change it in the middle, like right after a fall. They were able to change it, but referee threw the kibosh on that. But again, Xavier Woods snuck in for the pinfall as well. And then more matches from Payback. I will say that Payback was just absolutely awesome, and I'm trying to find out where is it. Like I said, Payback was awesome. The Shield briefly reunited for maybe about 30 seconds. If you saw it, where is it? I apologize for the. I'm looking for it. Here we go. All right. So we had that. The next match was a match that I didn't really know why that they really. I mean, I could see the feud in process, and I could see why it might have appeal to it. But it was Ryback against Bray Wyatt, the new face of fear against the big guy. Bray Wyatt ended up winning. And I have to say, the Bray Wyatt character, Bray Wyatt himself, is just fantastic. He's great on the mic. He knows the psychology of the business, where he's able to get under people's skin. And the fact that he was able to basically carry the entire Undertaker match, the entire feud with the Undertaker leading up from Fastlane to WrestleMania on his own, because Undertaker was nowhere to be found. It just goes to show you the amount of talent this guy has. And not to mention, he's a second generation star, being the son of Mike Rotunda, also known as Erwin R. Shyster, IRS. And I thought it was a pretty decent match. It was high intensity from the beginning. But Bray Wyatt pulled out the win, and, well, that was that. After that match, we went on to the I Quit match. But before we get to the I Quit match, I'm going to take a musical break. I'm gonna play a song from Jay Deuce called "Never Take Us Down," featuring S.A.T. Holmes and a few other people in there. So here's Jay Deuce with "Never Take Us Down" right here on the Sportswire.
Vast, expansive universe. In a small city at the heart of the United States. One borough is responsible for the birth of hip-hop.
Say on the track with an army behind me. Say on the track with an army behind me. And say on the track with an army behind me. And say on the track. Say on the track, signified in the back. Got an army all behind me, opposition is whack. Devils try to take me down, but we're sending them back. This is not your opinion, this is a matter of fact. I'ma make the speakers blow, better keep it on track. Knowing who is on my side by the way that they act. Many people can rhyme, but not many can rap. If you don't respect the game, then you're caught in the trap. People try to take me down, but there's something that lacks. It's a call of my God, it's picking up all the slack. Set yourself on the map. What you thinking of that? I'm believing in the meaning of the truth in this crap. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
During this ride, make sure your belt is fastened. With Jay Deuce's rapping, amazing happens. Forward in high fashion, that's the main attraction. Very little I'm lacking, many lines I'm packing. You want something real, let this be your satisfaction. Similar to NFL Madden, these tracks I'm tackling. I look to inspire with the rhymes I'm stacking. And develop into verses supposed to be attractive. So it looks good, consider it lyrical fashion. Cause my concepts and metaphors are all matching. Ain't nothing about me fake, so you know I ain't acting. But I'm still entertaining, some lights, camera, action. Put me in your headphones, your head is in the hurricane. That's how it is, the way I blow your mind away. Compare me with the Tampa Bay Rays, cause I'm the underdog fighting, taking out the devil, Lord devil.
Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
Honor God, that's the name that I'm living by. I'm saved from the sin and high, I'm praising the living God. I serve him, hate sin, I'm a vessel. I use gifts, bless you like het you. Bless me, Lord, teach me how to live life, imitating the perfect example that is Christ. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. So we serve Jesus because life is who he is.
I'm in change, this is far from a phase. I'm shooting every phrase, aim to give my God praise. In my sins I was chained, living something like a slave in a cage, so afraid. Now I'm boasting on his name. He is the lion, coming down from Zion. No lying or denying, after troubles come to triumph. Don't fear 2012, no mind hieroglyphics. I will not fidget, get my wisdom from his scriptures.
Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no. Try it all you want, you'll never take me down. Get up on my block, you'll never take me down. Baby's how we live, you'll never take me down. Never, 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 no.
All right, and that was Jay Deuce and Friends on Sportswire, and that was Never Take Us Down. I have to say that was probably one of the best songs that I've heard from Jay Deuce since I got to know him and started listening to his music. So definitely check it out. Never Take Us Down, Jay Deuce. All right, moving on with WWE Payback and the fallout that's going to start tonight on Raw. But Payback, the next match on the card was the I Quit match with Rusev against John Cena, and there's quite a bit of story here, and not just between Cena and Rusev. The underlying story is between Rusev and Lana, and obviously, being story purposes, Rusev and Lana are in real life dating, so they are a couple in real life, but it almost has the feel of the Attitude Era-esque story between Sable and Mark Marrow. And Vince Russo actually wrote a blog about that. I didn't read the blog, so I don't know exactly how he's comparing them, but it does have that kind of feel to it where Rusev feels that Lana is getting all the attention and is distracting Rusev from his matches. And, well, this past, last night in the I Quit match, it was Lana that quit the match for Rusev. Rusev was spouting off some incoherent mumblings in Russian or Bulgarian or whatever you want to say he was talking, while being trapped in the STF by John Cena with the ring rope that was taken off by Rusev, and the ring rope was across the face of Rusev, making it look like he might break his nose or whatever. And that is a cable in there, so it's even harder than just the hands. And it was Lana that interjected herself and said, he quits, ending the match, ending Rusev's journey for the U.S. title as long as John Cena has it. And I thought that was actually a pretty good ending, because it still gave Rusev the rub he needs to show how awesome he is, because we don't know if he was actually quitting. Now, the backstage segment that was shown between Rusev and Lana, and Rusev telling Lana to get out of the room, or get out of the locker room, kind of gives you an inkling that Rusev was not quitting, but Lana was taking pity on him. But I look for Lana to have a face turn in the next coming weeks, because, well, quite honestly, she's becoming a bigger commodity, especially because of her looks. And let's see if they develop her into a wrestler. But Lana is in a new movie coming up with Edge, and I believe it's called, is it Interrogation? I can't remember. I'll have to check it out. But she's becoming a hotter commodity, and they're probably going to give her a face turn. Now it's just a matter if they're actually going to develop her wrestling in-ring talent. So we'll see how that goes. But it was a good match, and one of the highest points of the match was when Cena gave Rusev an attitude adjustment, and he gave him into the pyrotechnic board, right? And the pyro went off, but Rusev still did not quit at that point. And like I said, it gives Rusev the rub because it doesn't look like he was giving up, but we don't know because we don't know Russian. The next match was the Divas match. The Bella Twins against Naomi and Tamina. Until the females, the Divas, get better in the ring, and they're given time to get better, and they're not worried about TNA. And I'm not talking about Total Nonstop Action. I'm talking about the upstairs and the downstairs on women. And until the WWE is less concerned with that and more concerned with showcasing the talent, like they were during the Attitude Era, which is amazing because the Attitude Era was more about sex and sex sells than any other era in the industry. But yet nowadays, they're only bringing in the models that are eye candy, and maybe the sexual aspect is out, but they're not developing the talent. I honestly think that in NXT they should have Lita, Trish Stratus, and these other divas that were fantastic back in the day actually train the new divas in wrestling, not in being eye candy. Any woman could be eye candy as long as she's got a pair of breasts and a behind on her. But for actual talent purposes, they have to develop it. And being a model is not going to get you anywhere in the WWE. Well, or should I say in the wrestling community. In the WWE, it'll get you somewhere because, you know, guys will always like to see women in the, women with decent bodies on them. And that's where, unfortunately, a lot of the divas have been lately. If you look at the Bella Twins are getting better, I will admit that. But they're still not where they should be. AJ, given how I didn't like her too much, she had talent. And now that she's gone from the WWE, you know, who really is there to root for in terms of talent-wise? You know, there's Tamina. If she stays healthy and they give her a push. I gotta watch what I'm saying when I'm talking to women. I don't want things to come off color if I mispronounce a word like push. But if they give Tamina a push and they give her the title, she's the daughter of a WWE Hall of Famer, Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I'm sure she has talent and she learned how to wrestle, but they just got to give her that push and give her that chance to go with the title. Same thing with Natalya, daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, WWE legend, and you know they're just not giving her the push that she deserves. I understand if she wants to help train the newer crop of divas, but for now, if Natalya and Tamina are the only two on there that are really good in the ring, have them feud with each other, and let's see what kind of magic that recreates. I think that has the possibility of a Lita Trish feud recreation. But, you know, I mean, going back even with Mickie James and, you know, Victoria, those were women wrestlers. There's divas, not so much. So, you know, next match on the Payback card was Bad News Barrett and Neville. I have to say, I really like Neville. I think Neville is fantastic. And he, coming up from NXT, he's been just absolutely great. He got to the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, and he lost to Bad News Barrett, or excuse me, King Barrett. And but I think he's good. He won the match last night by count out after he hit the German suplex on the Red Arrow outside the ring. And after Barrett hit Neville with the bullhammer, he whipped him outside and slammed him into the steps. But then when Bad News Barrett tried to hit him with a scepter, Neville ducked, hit a German suplex on the Red Arrow for the win by count out. So it was outside the ring. The next match after that was the Fatal 4-Way match, WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Kane came out all night. He was teasing that he didn't know which side he was going to be on, what his choice was for the match, if he was going to get onto his side or not. And he made his choice. He helped Seth Rollins all night. You know, and I got to say this, J&J Security is probably this generation's stooges. And the reason why I say that is, okay, so Seth Rollins, who's probably 250 pounds, soaking wet on a, day where it's pouring out, and being as close to the sun as possible, he's got these two little guys who they're both cruiserweights, and they're his bodyguards. I mean, it looks like the Munchkins from Munchkinland as bodyguards for Seth Rollins. And they're shorter than him, they're smaller than him, and don't get me wrong, they back quite a punch, I'm sure. But for them to be bodyguards, it's hilarious. It really is. They get involved in every match he's in, and they're like the Stooges, honestly. But again, they both had great careers, so for WWE to make them into Stooges, it's not past the WWE to do that after what they did to Pat Patterson and Jerry Briscoe back in the 90s. So that match, I have to say, was awesome. But you know what I have to say? I absolutely love the matches where there's more than two guys in the match, because you always notice that at any one time, there are very few times in the match that any one time all four or more are fighting at once. Most of the time, it's one or two guys are laying outside, getting to rest for like 3 minutes, while the spotlight is on two guys in the ring, and it's funny. It really is. It's funny. So when you look at the match, and there's a time where Seth Rollins is fighting Dean Ambrose, a time where Randy Orton is fighting Ambrose, and Reigns is fighting Ambrose, and Orton's fighting Rollins. There was a brief Shield reunion when they did the triple powerbomb to Orton, but right after that, Ambrose and Reigns teamed up and beat down on Rollins and gave Kane a double powerbomb, two double powerbombs, the first of which did not break the table. Then the second one broke the table, and they did a double powerbomb on Kane, or to Kane, on top of Rollins on the Spanish announce table, and the first one didn't go through, but the second one did, and that was a great match. Kane proved to be a big impact on the match, as he did make his choice and help Seth Rollins, because he ended up chokeslamming Dean Ambrose a couple of times, chokeslammed Randy Orton. He got in there with Roman Reigns. Randy Orton looked like it had a one. He was RKOing quite a few people. He RKO'd Kane, but then Seth Rollins took advantage of the distraction and hit Randy Orton with the pedigree, Triple H's move, considering the curb stop is banned. And Seth Rollins won with pedigree, kept the title, and Kane's allegiance to the authority is still there. I so wanted to see Kane get fired from the authority and Demon Kane come back, have a nice run, and but let me just play devil's advocate here, no pun intended. If Kane stays as his current authority gimmick from now until WrestleMania, how awesome would it be is if you had, at WrestleMania 32, you had The Undertaker versus Sting with Kane as the guest referee. All three of them in their last match. They all go in the Hall of Fame the night before. I think that would be awesome, because Kane's career is just about winding down, and he's on the road, almost full time, at least for the pay-per-views and the the TV. And then and The Undertaker's once a year. Sting is probably going to be once or twice a year if they bring him back for maybe SummerSlam. I don't know, but I think that would be great. So we're going to get to our next song. It's Dixie Still, our country friends. Here's a song of theirs. It's called Even Now, right here on the Sportswire.
I was wrong, but you and me, yeah, I got mad, 'cause you said those things. I called your bluff, so you walked out. So I guess we're even now.
Well, I told you, and you told Joe, and I won't name names, but I heard you told someone where I could go. So I went out and met someone, and we had a little fun out on the town. So I guess we're even now. We
keeping score. The truth is I just don't think I can do this anymore. I wish that we could turn this thing around.
Turn around.
'Cause I still love you. Even now.
Ooh, yeah,
Nobody wins, and nobody's keeping score. Truth is, I just don't think I can do this anymore. I wish that we could turn this thing around.
turn around.
'Cause I still love
I still love you.
I was wrong,
And I was me.
can we just be
All right, and that was Dixie Still with Even Now right here on the Sportswire. Dixie Still is a great country band, local country artist that I have to say has made a pretty big impact here in Connecticut. I believe they're from Danbury, and check them out if they're ever if they're around in concert. Dixie Still with Even Now right here on the Sportswire. Okay, so we went over Payback. I want to see what your thoughts were. Definitely tweet at me at SWE Connecticut. Definitely send us some comments to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/SportswireCT. And, let us know what you think about Payback. And I will be giving you a preview show about Elimination Chamber next week. Also next week, or later on this week, I should say, when I do my second podcast of the week, which will probably be a Thursday or Friday, I will be including some interviews. That's right. First of all, it's the interview that I've got in the can, that I have recorded already with Jim Bombassi, who is a 2015 inductee into the Connecticut Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. I have an interview with him that I recorded a couple weeks ago, and I will have that later on this week. Also, I got very short interviews this week with WWE Hall of Famer, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, and WWE Hall of Famer El Matador Tito Santana. Tony Atlas wasn't in the mood to speak, but you know what? I had a really fantastic conversation with Tatanka in my car because I was the one that drove him from the hotel to the signing. I wish I had my recorder on because that was a fantastic conversation we had. But you know what? He was just going over his character, how it only took him a year to get into WWE once he started wrestling, and he had a lot going for him, being that he really is Native American heritage. He really is a Native American, and his red hair dye gimmick was that of Vince McMahon, to try to capitalize more of the blood of the ancestors of the Native Americans. And back at that time when Tatanka was big in the WWE, those feuds would go on for 6 months to a year because they weren't doing pay-per-view every month. They were doing, every 3 months for a pay-per-view or thereabouts. The first feud that Tatanka had was with the model Rick Martel. And then, with Bam Bam Bigelow. And then Lex Luger. Yokozuna. And he was just saying how great it was. He was telling me about the NXT product and how he views it. And, he also said that the fact that there's no competition for the WWE, of course, made them slower. Made them, not take, those who are creative at least, not take it as passionate before, because there's nobody on their heels. I also told him that I personally feel disrespected when Goldberg's undefeated streak at 173-0 got so much publicity, but yet Tatanka, for the first 2 years in the WWE was undefeated, and that came out to roughly, as far as what he said, close to 1,000 matches. And here's how we got to that. We talked about it at length in the car, which I wish I had the recorder on, but it's in my brain. And he was telling me how he would wrestle at that time in the WWE. It was you were on the road for 300 days a year, and there were times where you would wrestle 8 times in a week, and sometimes more, maybe 9 times, because you'd have two times on Saturday and 2 times on a Sunday. So think about that, 9 times per week, or maybe I apologize. Maybe it wasn't 9. Maybe it was more like 5 times per week or something like that. Thereabouts, and 5, 6. He said maybe 6 or 7 times a week. He would wrestle and he would have wins. So add all that up, comes to almost 1,000 matches, and that takes a toll on your body, especially when WCW wasn't running house shows as much as WWE. So, Goldberg was at, Nitro, Thunder possibly. I don't think Thunder had debuted by that point. So it was Nitro and the pay-per-views. 173-0. There were a few house shows in there, obviously. But, obviously he got, Goldberg got more recognition because he got the U.S. title on the streak. He got the world title on the streak. It was during the inflated audience era of the Monday Night War. So yeah, Goldberg had a bigger following than Tatanka, and he got more recognition for his streak. But I told Tatanka that I felt that I wanted to see if he felt disrespected at all for Goldberg getting more recognition for his streak, and it was only 173 when Tatanka's was much longer. And we just decided, we talked. He told me how he felt about NXT and how NXT is great. And I don't. Where is that coming from? Don't know. It is coming from somewhere. I just don't know where. And I apologize for the sound, but I don't even know where it's coming from. Oh, you know what? It's probably coming from here. Yes, that's where it's coming from. Okay, so now that that's taken care of, I will say that so we had a great time, and I had a great interview with Ted DiBiase. Short, a decent interview with Tito Santana. Again, short, but just to meet these guys and talk to them, and really get to I got some pictures I threw up on Facebook of them, and I got Ted DiBiase's autograph. When they come to town, make it your point to get out there, because they really want to please the people, the fans that have made them who they are, and it's a great time all the time. So whenever First Base Cards and Collectibles or M&J Video Games and Collectibles have signings, we will put it up on our website. We will be promoting it, and Sportswire will be there because these guys want to give back to the fans. And you know what? It's really, it's something to hold on to, something to cherish. So I'm glad that I got to be there and got to be a part of it. But another thing that I'm really, really excited about being a part of is and I got to meet this person on Saturday. And you know what? Before I get to that story, I really met a real, true superstar on Saturday. I'll get to that right after this next song. It's by Dean Wild. It's called Song Cry, right here on the Sportswire.
It's Dean Wild. Life's a journey. You gotta stay blessed. Gotta stay humble. Stay true. Stay you. Keep your head up. Nice guys finish last. I'm gonna make that the quote of the past. Living life fast. Don't worry though, I ain't about to put none of y'all on blast. Trust issues from giving chances to people who didn't deserve them. Dismiss those cases and the bridges we burned them. Got my heart ripped open and placed in my hands, yo. Where are these so-called friends, though? Always seems like I'm more successful when I'm alone. I'm steady grinding, I'm in my zone. I won't fold, I'll play the hand that I'm dealt. For rich or poor, I was there. Sorry I couldn't offer you more, but I promise you'll never forget me once you close that door. The tears just aren't there, can't hurt it no more. So now I'll make the song cry.
I can't see him coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. I can't see him coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. Can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry.
If I said I wasn't crying, I'd be lying. The pain that I've been feeling inside, I've been denying. Now it's time to let go and have the courage of a lion. Constant battle with mental health, but I'm still trying. I'm searching for the better things in life, and I hope I find them when I die. Heaven's where I'll rest. Lord knows I tried, send my family my best. Lord, please help me, I need a lifeline. Send me an angel so that I know that I'm fine. Cause my thoughts are stuck in the past. Gotta let go before I emotionally crack. Broken glass can be mended, looks can be deceiving. You put me on this earth, you gave me a sense of believing. Thank you for all the blessings I'm receiving. Stay blessed Productions.
I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry. Yeah, I seen them coming down your eyes, but I gotta make the song cry. I can't see it coming down my eyes, so I gotta make the song cry.
Alright, that was Dean Wild with Song Cry here on Sportswire. And definitely check her out. Check out her Facebook page, Dean Wild, and then also Stay Blessed Productions. And that was Song Cry here on Sportswire. Alright, so there's some. I wasn't going to go to this yet, or I wasn't going to go into this today, but I'm just reading something about Robert Kraft. I saw this on Facebook while the song was being played, and it says that Robert Kraft is furious at the NFL. Who wouldn't be furious at the NFL after the fines and everything that came through, the harshest penalty in the NFL history. So, and you know what? Here's the thing. I have this is something that Robert Kraft said. This is courtesy of thornography.weei.com, and this is a quote from Robert Kraft. I'm going to read it ad nauseum or read it at length, definitely word for word, because I want you guys to understand this and hear it. Anderson has a pregame recollection of what gauge he used, and it's disregarded, and the Wells report just assumes he uses the other gauge. Kraft said, "Footballs have never been measured at halftime of any other game in NFL history. They have no idea how much footballs go down in cold weather or expand in warm weather. There's just no evidence that tampering with the footballs ever happened." So, here's the deal, and I have to agree with him. I really do. I have to agree with him. I'm not in the NFL, so I don't know. I don't know exactly if they ever did or if they didn't, because quite honestly, I am not in the NFL. They already put out advertisements for WWE 2K16 coming in October. Wonder if it's going to be as bad as 2K15. I'll go over that another time. But anyways, as I was saying about Robert Kraft, he's got a fire lit under his behind right now, and he's going to make sure that everybody hears it. And you know what? Like I said, I'm not a Patriots fan, but I'm happy for it. because, and even how this guy said it on WEI, he was happy that Kraft is angry at the NFL. And you know what? I would be too. And here's the deal. It was cold and rainy on that day. So anybody who has had a basketball or a football in the garage for the winter knows that when you come out the next spring to play with it, it's going to be less inflated or deflated because of the cold air and the atmospheric temperature, or atmospheric pressure, whatever the case is. So he's right, and I've been saying that all along. He is absolutely correct, and the fact that number one, Tom Brady should not be getting suspended for it, and quite honestly, they're making a mountain out of a molehill here. With this whole thing, because I've talked about it at length, ad nauseum, basically enough to make you nauseous, and I don't agree with it. I just don't. I'm sorry. And I've never said once that I'm a football purist or I'm somebody that has been part of the game or watched it all my life or whatever. For most of my life I watched the Super Bowl and the commercials, and that's it. It's only lately during fantasy that I pay a little bit more attention to it, and and I prefer to watch the semi-pro teams that are local that we're going to be getting more into this year. But I don't particularly agree with the New England Patriots getting hit with this punishment. It's the harshest punishment in the entire 95-year lifespan of the NFL, and I'm sorry, I just don't agree with it. And I didn't know that they never tested the pressure of the balls in the middle of the game. I just assumed that it was done at the beginning of the game and the middle. But if Robert Kraft is saying they never tested in the middle, then there's something wrong there. That the Patriots were being set up to take the fall, especially when nobody knows especially when you're using a ball for 40 minutes or 30 minutes, I should say, and being out in the cold and handled, there's going to be some kind of pressure fluctuation. And for them to take that out saying the Patriots are cheating is asinine in my book. Alright, so before I took the last song, before I got off on a tangent about Robert Kraft, I met this amazing little girl on Saturday. She came to the Hall of Famer signings, and it's amazing to me how awesome this girl is, and how much the WWE Hall of Famers really took to her and looking to support her. So here's the thing. There is a little girl named Lexi, and let me get the last name for you because I don't want to screw it up, especially because of, let me find it. Here we go. Lexi Zinzelet. And she was born with brittle bones disease. And on Sunday, September 20th at 10 a.m., there's going to be for all you bikers out there, there's going to be a poker run, which I'm assuming is just a bike ride. I don't know why they call it a poker run if they're not playing poker, but whatever. A poker run. The registration is at 10. Kickstands are up at 11. $20 per person includes a cookout. Saints Restaurant from Plainville will be catering the event. Special raffle, $20. First prize, custom chopper donated by Evolution Cycles. Second prize, custom bike trailer. Third prize, 46-inch TV. Number 2, no bike, no problem. Come join the fun at 1 o'clock. Horse rides, snow cones, and great food. Live music by Curly Daddy. For more info, call Debbie 203-509-2292. Thank you for all your love and support. Lexi was born with osteogenesis imperfecta, which is called brittle bone disease. Lexi is 13 and today has had 73 fractures. She is the most happiest kid. She swims and rides horseback. She's in the 6th grade and loves school. Lexi's bones are breakable, but not her spirit. She's a tough cookie. Sportswire, SWE, and Fat Cat Radio are going to be setting up a table there. I'm not sure if it's going to be for the whole time or just 1 o'clock on. But we're going to be doing some raffles and giveaways. Jay Deuce has already said that he donates some CDs, and we're gonna look at getting some of our other artists to locate some disease. Go to their Facebook page. It's called Ride for Lexi 2015. Because I honestly think it's absolutely fantastic. I've shared the post on Facebook because I believe in it, and we're going to be there. And it's one of those things where if you could help out a little girl with some kind of a bad, who was dealt a bad hand in life, because she really was. That's a horrible disease. I mean, to think about it, just if you could, just walk around. She's in a wheelchair, and you just walk around and you break a leg or whatever. And I know that for most of us that are, walking around everywhere, it's unfathomable to think that way. But there are people born like this, and this little girl has been through a lot. 73 broken bones, even more than Mick Foley has been through. And we're going to be there. We're going to be setting up a table. I will keep promoting it. Again, that's Sunday, September 20th, 2015. It's going to be in New Britain on Worcester Street in New Britain at the Quartets Club, I think it's called. The New Britain Quartet Club, 225 Worcester Street, New Britain, Connecticut. And if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, I'm going to be inviting you there because it's going to be a great day. Sportswire is going to be, and SWE and Fat Cat Radio are going to be doing some giveaways, and we'll see what we could do for that, just to raise money for this little girl, and all the medical problems that she has. If you're a biker and you want to ride, remember it's $20 per person, because it's a fantastic organization. You can surf on over to ctcruisenews.com as well. They are sponsoring the event, and and keep it right here on the Sportswire for it. Words can't describe how I felt meeting her, because she's a trooper. She's been through a lot, and she loves the wrestling scene. She goes to all the independent events. She went to the RPW event on Saturday that a number of the WWE legends and the Hall of Famers were at, that were doing the signing on Saturday. Tatanka was there, Tito Santana, Tony Atlas, they were all there, along with Jimmy Neville Neidhart, and Bobby Ocean as well, who I'm going to be talking to this coming Saturday. Just a great, a great time. She'll be at the NEW event this coming Saturday as well, and I'll be there. I can't talk enough about her. I just, my heart goes out. So definitely check out Ride for Lexi 2015. And, alright, so I'm going to get to my last song of the day. It's by A.J. Jansen, who I played for the first time ever on the last show. Great country singer, country chick. She's got maybe a Gretchen Wilson type of style to her, or Mickey James even. Check her out. This is called Dirty Country by A.J. Jansen right here on the Sportswire.
On the banks of a bayou, on a well-beaten path, and the songs of the Southland coming on full blast. Gonna take on the night, we'll be early morning light. Gonna stay out till the cows come home. Give me some low down, hold down, bar kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Shaking love, making heartbreaking memories until getting kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. had to be the luckiest girl in this country bluesy crowd. Give me some low down, hold down, ball kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorist and tailgate kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some low down, hold down, ball kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorist and tailgating kind of trash. Give me something real, oh, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some low down, hold down, ass kicking kind of sound that makes me wanna dance. Give me some earth shaking, love making, heartbreaking, motorist and tailgate kind of trash. Give me something real, something kind of sultry. Give me some dirty country. Give me some dirty country. Give me some D-I-R-T-Y country.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was AJ Jansen with Dirty Country right here on the Sportswire. Definitely check her out. Okay, so June 1st, Monday, June 1st is coming quickly. That's going to be our next live show event, our live Sportswire event, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and it's going to be live right here on Fat Cat Radio. But also, we're going to be working on another thing of we're going to be trying at least to do simulcast on YouTube. So not only will it be live on Fat Cat Radio, it'll also be simulcast on YouTube, and you can actually see this podcast taking place. Now, with that being said, another podcast that's going to be live that night, of course stealing my thunder, but no, after Monday Night Raw that Monday night, it's going to be the return of the Stone Cold podcast, and that his guest is going to be none other than the absolute best manager, second best manager in WWE history, Paul Heyman. And that looks to be absolutely, sparks are going to fly, fireworks are going to fly in that one. Well, the Stone Cold podcast is back, and I think the Jericho, which means I think the Jericho podcast might be over live with Chris Jericho, but you don't know that. But Austin is back. He's going to be back once a month on the WWE Network, and from what I heard, they're going to have some really big guests on there. Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, John Cena was already on Jericho's podcast, but he's going to have absolutely great guests coming up on on that podcast. Stone Cold live on the WWE Network once a month, the first one being June 1st. There's a lot of new programming coming to the WWE Network. Original programming, if you've already watched Too Hot for TV, which I have, it's pretty good. I didn't really like this past episode. It's called Too Gross for TV. And while I didn't really care too much about the Rikishi stink face or certain things, but when you get into vomit and you get into Tommy Dreamer drinking stuff that was just that... excuse me. I almost regurgitated in my mouth just thinking about it. But, check it out, because you know what? That's great. They're also coming out with Swerved, which is from the director of or producers of Jackass. I don't exactly know how that's going to go. I'm guessing it's going to be almost like a punk type of show. There's a lot going on. They have Unfiltered with Renee Young, which is only interview clips and 15 minutes here and there. They also have the Corey Graves show. I forget what it's called, but they're trying to get more original programming out because that's what the fans want. Me, I want to see some of the older stuff, like the older episodes of Nitro, which they still haven't updated in almost a year. And I want to see, the NWO episode of Nitro. But, I'm still waiting for them to release that. But, you know what? Overall, it's been a great time with the WWE Network. And I look for it to get better as the time goes on. All right, so we're going to go to our final segment of the show, and that is the weird law of the week, or the weird law of the episode, I should say. And actually, we're traveling way down south right now to New Mexico, and these dumb laws may be a little off color, and if you're offended, well, I don't care. You have the choice to listen to the show or not. But these are real laws from New Mexico. Okay, so nudity is allowed provided that the male genitals are covered. Okay, that's not nudity. Women may walk in public topless provided they have their nipples covered. Okay, that's probably normal, but whatever. Here's one that I absolutely love, but it goes all the way back to everybody here in the U.S. Idiots may not vote. And no, I didn't call everybody in the U.S. idiots, but idiots may not vote. How do you judge who's an idiot? So I would love to see that. State officials ordered 400 words of sexually explicit material to be cut from Romeo and Juliet. So obviously, the most conservative country most conservative state in the country is New Mexico. If you're going to cut quote unquote sexually explicit material from a Shakespeare classic like Romeo and Juliet, I don't get it, but whatever. So many dumb city laws as well in New Mexico. It is forbidden for a female to appear unshaven in public. So for you Italian women out there that are aging and have the mustaches and beards, and I can say that because I'm Italian and my family's Italian, and my mother could attest to this. If you're one of those Italian women that has a mustache and a goatee, like a full goatee, you have to shave before walking out in Carrizozo, New Mexico. In Deming, New Mexico, persons may not spit on the steps of the Opera House, and hunting is prohibited in Mountain View Cemetery. I don't know why you would want to hunt in a cemetery, but whatever. In Las Cruces, New Mexico, you may not carry a lunchbox down Main Street. And in Albuquerque, just the same as the state, women will walk in public topless provided they have their nipples covered. So that is the weird laws of the day, of the episode from New Mexico. And if I offended you with that Italian comment, I'm sorry, but I am Italian, and I've seen Italian women with almost a full mustache and beard. So if you're one of those facially hair challenged or unchallenged women out there, and you can't walk around that city in New Mexico without shaving, I'm sure it probably means shaved armpits or other areas, shaved legs, but you gotta try to find humor in something, because if you don't laugh, your life is going to be very quick. So that's it for today, folks. I am Vinny Apicella. I want to thank you for the sport. Thank you for everything, because without you, nothing is possible. Once again, you could check out our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/SportswireCT. Check out everything else under the sun, which is Twitter, Instagram, Foursquare, Pinterest, SoundCloud, Tumblr. Is there any that I'm forgetting? And you can check that out. That is at SWE Connecticut. You can check out our YouTube page and our Google Plus page, which is Sportswire SWE. And check out swe-ct.com. It is being updated more often now to get more timely events up there. And then check out myfatcatradio.com and facebook.com/fatcatradio. Check out the Ride for Lexi 2015. You can surf on over to ctcruisenews.com for that. Because it's going to be great. It's going to be a great event. Sportswire will be there. SW will be there. So will Fat Cat Radio. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Sportswire. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you again in a few days with our interview special right here on the Sportswire.